All right, again, this is the MRC 91 Wednesday night Elmer Net. My name is Jim, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, and it is the 29th of January. Okay, so before we start tonight's net, however, if you should have an emergency during this net, go ahead and let us know, and we'll stop to handle your emergency. Traffic for this net means questions, comments, problems, or news about computers or other technical devices or ham radio equipment in general. Thinking about trying a new digital mode or a new radio? Let's see if someone can give you a hand. However, please note we will not accept traffic offering to distribute copyrighted programs. If you are looking to buy, sell, or trade anything, we suggest you check out the 9-1 repeater on Sunday nights directly after the Sunday night announcement net for the swap net, where that type of traffic is encouraged. All right, getting started. Check-ins are in alphabetical segments based on the first letter following the numeral in your call sign. Mobile stations may ignore the roll call segment and check in at any time when it is safe to do so. During check-ins, please respond with your call sign slowly and in standard phonetic, along with your first name and whether or not you have any traffic. Again, my name is Jim, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, your net control operator for this evening. We're going to go ahead and get started with any mobile or short-time stations, or if you are a listen-only station, you can go ahead and throw your call sign out as well. It's mobile, short-time, and listen-only. Go ahead.
'89 TGM, on my way to work. Looking what the heck's going out here on 94. Ugh, I don't know what's going on. But anyway, got anything later on, Jim, I'll go ahead and jump in.
All right, KD9 TGM. Wayne, I got you on there as mobile with no traffic for now. Anyone else, short-time or mobile, listen-only? Go ahead. Come on, please. All right. Well, then first here, let me. We did get one on AIM here. Oh, we also got Jim too. He just popped on there. So K9HOG or Jerry, go ahead. Give me a Roger, Roger.
K9HOG, Roger, Roger.
All right, got you on there. And then W9GTZ, Jim, give me a Roger, Roger.
Roger, Roger.
All right, cool. I got you both on there. Okay, so let's go ahead and do the first segment here of A Alpha through K Kilo. A Alpha through K Kilo. Go ahead. Come now, please. All right, hearing none, let's do A Alpha through V Victor. A Alpha through V Victor. Come now, please.
Kilo Alpha 9, Mike Bravo, Mike.
All right, K9MBM, Mike, got you on there. Anyone else? A Alpha through V Victor. All right, let's open it all the way up. A Alpha through Z Zulu. A Alpha through Z Zulu. Go ahead. Come now, please.
Kilo Alpha 9er, Juliet Bravo Delta, Mike in Muskego.
KA9JBD, Mike, got you on there. I typed it in wrong for some reason. All right, we're good. All right. Okay, let's do one more call out here. A Alpha through Z Zulu. Anyone within the sound of my voice? Go ahead. Come now, please. All right, hearing none, we'll go ahead and get started. So tonight, last week we chatted about CW a little bit, and that was kind of fun. We actually got some good talks on there, and I wanted to follow up with that and say the colder weather and I think the dry air and colder weather and whatnot gave a little bit of a boost to the signal on 23 centimeters. Mike, who is on the net right now, KA9MBM, and I experiment sometimes in the mornings, and we were having some good luck with CW on on 23 centimeters, and we actually did make a single sideband voice contact on 23 centimeters, and we're about 15 miles apart. So that was pretty cool. And we're running no amps or anything. So on a 9700s, that's only 10 watts. 10 watts at 100%. So that was cool. I was really happy to do that. But it gave me the idea of, we did suggest, if anybody else out there is interested in getting their CW speeds up or practice at all, making some, practice times where we can practice CW. Now, I would love to do it on 23 centimeters. That'd be a lot of fun, but there's a couple of issues with 23 centimeters on the 9700. There is a frequency drift on the 9700 if you don't buy about a $200 kit to stabilize the frequency. So we'll most likely do it on 6 meters. There's plenty of space there and not a ton of people, and we can play in there. So might do that. Let me break for a second before I continue. And then for the last few weeks before that, we spoke a little bit about digital modes. The first week, 1 week, we chatted about the computer-based digital modes such as FT8, FT4, JS8, PSK31, M25, or not M25. But anyway, those. And then the week after, we talked about the voice over IP style modes such as DMR, D-Star, All-Star, P25, Fusion, and stuff like that. I did find today, again, Mike showed me this one. I didn't even know you could do this. There is an app for your cell phone called DroidStar, and you can do radio digital modes on your phone and join reflectors and talk groups on different modes without the need for a DMR radio. So there's no RF from your side, but you can join other nets from your phone. I thought that was kind of cool, so we can chat about that if anyone is interested. We did M17, which is a newer mode, kind of niche right now, but that was a lot of fun. So those were the things that I threw out early. Just wanted to let everybody know that's kind of some of the stuff I had going on. I didn't make it out to field day. The household's been on and off being sick. We all just went through some nasty stuff, and then we all got norovirus, and then the wife and the kid got a cold right after, and I luckily dodged the cold, but it's been a rough few weeks, so didn't make it out. So if anyone did make it out to field day, I'd love to hear about any fun you had with that. So those are the things that I wanted to bring up, and then again, as always, you're always allowed to throw out any other questions or comments or topics that you are interested in. So bring it up to the top of the list, K9HOG. Jerry, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Well, I guess the only question that I really had, because I haven't been around too much, because Wednesdays usually doesn't work for me, but I happen to be here tonight, is if anybody did winter field day. That's what I was hoping to hear about tonight. Right now I don't have the time to worry about getting to studying for code. Someday maybe, and got myself spread thin enough that I'm going to just stay with sideband voice on HF and voice here on the 2 meters and 440. Back to net control.
Yeah, and then the repeater IDs itself in CW right after you said that. Just like trolling you. No, yeah, I completely understand, and I am a little sad I didn't get to make it out to the Winterfield Day, and not only did I not even make it out to Winterfield Day, I didn't even turn my radio on this weekend. Like, I didn't even turn it on. So I was very slacking. I will say this though. Last week I was driving in my truck in the afternoon, and I work from home, so I don't drive around very often. But I happened to be in my truck, and for some strange reason, I decided to turn on the radio, go to 40 meters. It was like 6 or 7 p.m. And I was just scrolling around with my thumb on the dial, and picked up a POTUS station in Pennsylvania, and got a 5.5 back from the POTUS station from my truck. So that was kind of, while I was driving, that was kind of fun. So that was my fun little HF that I did recently. But yeah. All right, W9GTZ. Jim, go ahead. Floor is yours.
W9GTZ, Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu. I heard something on the radio today, and I'm just curious about it. I think I know what it is. Talking about, there was an ad for Rapid Radio, and what it sounds like is handheld radio over the cell phone towers and the cell system. And it's like $50 a year per radio, and supposedly get international, or national rather, range. But I think what it is real similar, if you remember the old, and maybe not that old, maybe still in existence, but I call it the old Nextel Direct Connect. It sounded something like that. Has anybody ever heard of it? It's Rapid Radio, Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu.
W9GTZ, KT9G, Net Control. So, no, I have not heard of that yet, but I do recall what you're talking about. I think the commercials were like, "Where are you at?" or whatever. The Direct Connect. It made like that beep or whatever. So, no, I have not heard of that. I'm going to look it up while I pass it down to the next station here. Radio. Yeah, let me read about this while I throw it over to KA9MBM. Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Okay. KE9MBM here in the group, or the net. Jim and I did some testing today, and we were able to do a little bit of M17 through an app on your phone. I mean, we were on the M17 network, which is voice over IP, so that's kind of what we were doing, just kind of testing it out. One of these days, I'm hopefully I'm going to get a radio converted so I can do M17 through RF and into a hotspot or something, or someday if a repeater in the Milwaukee area goes up. Or maybe Jim and I can do simplex by M17. Who knows? Anyway, I don't have too much, Jim. I do want to ask if anybody's running a hotspot, and if you are, I'm wondering if you're running a WPSD. It's the new version of hotspot software. It's the next version up from Pi-Star. Pi-Star used to be the one that everybody installed on the hotspots, and then they stopped their development and support, and so now WP, as Whiskey Papa Sierra Delta, is what's taking over now. I wonder if anybody else is using it, and how do you like it? I just installed it. That's why I'm asking. Back to Net Control. This is K9MBM.
Yeah, K9MBM, KT9G. So if anybody has any information on that, let him know. I just read a little bit about Rapid Radios, and just from reading their cover page, you know what? I don't know if I should say this. You know what? I don't care. I'm going to say this. I don't like what I'm seeing. This looks weird to me. This looks almost scam level weirdness happening here. I'm going to need a little bit more time to kind of look over what the heck's going on here, but this looks very, very weird to me. I don't know what I'm seeing here. So I don't know what's going on. All right. But yeah, if anyone's got the hotspot, let them know. Every single time we talk about hotspots, I'm like, why haven't I gotten a hotspot yet? And I just haven't gotten one. I should just get one, man. Like, well, now there's an app on my phone, I don't even need a hotspot to do all that fun stuff. But I kind of like the idea. I think it's kind of fun. The concept behind it's cool. I like the technology and stuff. I just haven't done it yet, so we'll see. All right, sorry, I digress there. KA9JBD, Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Good evening, Jim and Annette. KA9JBD, Mike and Muskego. So I have a technical question, if you want to call it that, regarding NetLogger, Jim. I tried putting my name in, and it didn't work. So I must be doing something wrong. I knew I did it like once, but last couple times I tried going into NetLogger. So explain the colors that you see. I assume the bluish purple, your net control, and the pink is the current operator, which right now is me. So which, should I just click in a white square to put my call sign in? Is that the way to do it?
Oh, okay, yeah. So well, hold on. Let me make sure I understand the question properly. But no, as someone who joins the net, you cannot do anything to the list. I control that completely. So like when it's your turn to talk, I click on your name and highlight you pink, and then everyone else's thing will sync within a few seconds or so. So like for right now, I'm just going to click on K9HOG here, and within 10, 15 seconds or so, I don't know how long it takes everyone to update. You should see that pink line should have shot up to him, and then I can move it around. I have to put in your call sign, so every single time someone calls in, I put their call sign in. Now, if I make someone a logger, I can technically make you an official status of a logger. Then you would have rights to create a line with a call sign in it. But by default, you should not be able to type anything in. So you just join the net, and then I put your call sign in. Does that answer your question? Did you say that you did it once before? Go ahead.
K9JBD returning. Yeah, I swear weeks ago I did something that I was able to put my call sign in, and that's all I put in, and then I saw myself in the list. It was, the line was white. So I guess I didn't realize that you have total control. I could have sworn in the past, and I may be wrong, that you have people who have put themselves in, and then you say their call and give them a Roger Roger. So how would that happen? Is there some other method to let you know that I want to be in the net?
Oh, yeah. So there should be 5 blue buttons at the top. One says, well, I don't know what yours say, but mine says close net, stop logging. One of them says AIM window. If you click that and open it, you'll see the chat, and you messaged me there. So when you join the net, I get a blue line in there that says K9HOG is now online. And you messaged me there and said, hey, you're here. That's how I knew to put you on the list. And I put you, sorry, not you. I'm talking to KA9JBD right now. It shows you as online. So if you open up that AIM window, you can see messages. So Jerry jumped in there, and he said he's here. I saw you join the net. You don't have to open the AIM window for me to see this, but a little thing pops up saying KA9JBD is now online. That means you opened our net window, and I recognize your call sign. So I was like, oh, okay, cool. So he's here. So like W9GTZ, Jim, he joined, but he didn't message me in the AIM window. I just saw him join, which tells me that he's most likely online. So I messaged him. Or I put his name on the list and I said, hey, give me Roger Rogers. That's what I do. So if you jump in, I see you I can see you fall in, and that's how I know people are there. Does that help? Go ahead.
Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu comment.
Yeah, Golf Tango Zulu, go ahead.
Jim, the window you're actually referring to is the view monitors windows, and that's the people as they log into net, a logger will show up for you. And also in question to Mike, the colored lines, if you go up to view and colored legends, it'll tell you what all those colored lines, what the different colors mean. Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu.
Okay, W9GTZ, yeah, thanks. All right, KA9JBD, go ahead.
Okay, K9JB returning. Yeah, I believe you are correct, Jim, and that must be the way. I do remember opening up that AIM window and just typing in that, I was listening, and then you put me in. Now that you say it, that's what must have happened. So, okay, I'll just have to file that in my memory bank at my age. Hi. Or write it down. Hey, Mike, click the AIM window and just tell Jim that you're here. So that's it. In regard to the other things that people were talking about, I really have no input on that. So I will just turn it back to you. Net control, K9JBD.
All right, yeah, KA9JBD, KT9G, net control. Yeah, no worries. Okay, so that brings us to the bottom of the list, and we're 24 past the hour. Is there anybody else out there, A Alpha through ZZoo, who'd like to join the Wednesday night ElmerNet? Go ahead, come now, please. Okay, sorry, my kid just came in here with one of his toys and was like, hey, it broke, I need you to glue it together, and I have all of my crafting stuff in my room, so he knows I can apparently I can fix anything. So here we go. We'll bring it up to the top of the list here then. K9HOG, Jerry, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Well, I was thinking about it too, Michael. I know, like right now, line number 7 is empty. You could click on that line and you could type in your information in there, but it doesn't really do anything. And so I know the first time I ever logged on in that logger, I'm trying to put fill in my call sign and state and, city and all that kind of stuff, and all of a sudden it repopulated from net control. So maybe you punched it in there, but that doesn't do anything at all. The AIM window is the one that you can communicate with everybody, or just like you said, just when you log in, Jim gets pinged with who's on there. But anyhow, back to Winter Field Day. Yeah, I went out to Ottawa. Aries races had a bunch of stuff out there. They had I think they had in the campground. They were camping out there. They had their the Waukesha Milwaukee one with the step van out there, and another guy had a repurposed Boy Scout trailer, and there's a motor home, and then another gentleman that had a travel trailer, and everybody had things set up, and it was pretty neat. The bands were open decent enough where people were making some nice contacts out there. K9HOG, back to net control.
Yeah, K9HOG, KT9G. Ottawa Lake was where I wanted to go. That was the one that I had written down. I knew that the Aries guys were going to be there, and oh, man. I should have gone. I really should have just gone. But yeah, it just like I said, it had just been rough, and I was just kind of tuckered out. But I knew it. I knew the day that it was happening where I was just feeling poopy, and I was just like, man, if I don't go, I'm gonna be mad. But it's okay, and yeah, here I am, being upset I didn't go. Because I'm always the one pushing people to get out, and then I don't go out. Makes me a hypocrite, I guess. But, we all can't be there all the time. But I'm glad that it was a good time. I'm glad that there were people out there doing stuff. And I'm glad that you got a chance to make it out there. So, all right, W9GTZ. Jim, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu. Boy, I don't really have anything else to add. I ran across that rapid radio thing today. I heard it on a radio commercial on WOKY, or not WE, one of the W's. And I just was curious. It sounds like the old Direct Connect, where you can connect direct to somebody via radio instead of the cell phone, or the cell phones. When Nextel had it, the cell phones had this direct connect right on the cell phone. You could connect by cell phone, or you could connect by direct connect and communicate like a two-way radio. So that's it. Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu.
Yeah, Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu. Kilo Tango 9 Golf. Yeah, everything that I'm seeing, like everything is popping up here. They have some sort of weird tertiary deal with cellular towers, and they're doing radio over the cell bands, but like it's super weak, and not all the towers even work, and I don't know. It seems weird to me. Like everything about this just seems kind of weird. And yeah, there's like one of the articles I'm reading is just like, just get a ham license. You'll get better connectivity. It's just like, well, here we are. So, I can't, what I'm trying to find is technical aspects. I'm trying to figure out like the exact protocols and how it works and whatnot, but it seems like I don't really see... I'm not really seeing anything. I'm not really seeing anything that isn't kind of bloated because it's coming directly from their website, which makes it seem kind of annoying because it's all like, what carriers do you use? And it's like, unlike cell phones, we use every carrier. Okay, I don't believe you. But all right, anyway. Sorry, I'm being cynical right now. I shouldn't be. I should always have an open mind. But I'm trying to find some more information on it for you. But, I mean... honestly, I think that's an interesting concept. I've made jokes. It's not really a joke, but like the GMT. Oh my gosh, why can't I think of the name of it? The linked repeater system here in Wisconsin. That's kind of like a baby cell network, sort of. There's just a bunch of linked repeaters that are all talking to each other and doing stuff. But I think those repeaters are technically linked to each other through the internet. They're not. It's not a mesh network, really. But that would give you, really good coverage in case of an emergency. So that's kind of similar to this, but I feel like this is supposed to be bouncing tower to tower. I don't know. I don't want to take up too much time with me thinking about it in my head. Let me see if I can actually find some white papers on this and read about it and get back to you on it. So, all right, K9MBM, Mike, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, sounds good. K9MBM. Yeah, I don't know. It sounds weird, Jim. I don't know what that is that you're trying to research there. I've never heard of it, but it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. But anyway, I really don't have too much more here unless you want to come up with another topic. to talk about. Yeah, we'll have to play more with 23 centimeters. I mean, maybe down the road when you get your stability kit, maybe things will, we could probably play more up there. And yeah, that's, other than that, it's supposed to be a nice day tomorrow. It's supposed to be in the mid-50s. So that's going to be a nice, one positive thing for tomorrow. If you had winter field day tomorrow, that would be good because the weather would be great. Probably have good turnout. But anyway, people are working. It's the middle of the week. It's not happening. So, Jim, I'll throw it back to you. I'm sorry, I don't have anything really to add here to anything unless you want to come up with another topic. KT9G and the net. This is K9MBM.
Yeah, K9MBM, KT9G. Yeah, I think we should. I think we can shift topics. Yeah, I don't want to doom and gloom over this other stuff. But sorry, before we do, let's go ahead and throw it down to K9JBD. We'll do another call out after you, Mike, and then we can. I'll seed another topic here. So, K9JBD, Mike, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Thanks, Jim. K9JBD returning. First off, shout out to Jim GTZ and Jerry HOG about their comments about NetLogger. I appreciate it. Next, I have to give a shout out to Wayne TJM. I saw your thing on the 9-1 Facebook page about what you have in your truck. Pretty impressive. My comments about winter field day, I really wanted to operate, but unfortunately I spent most of my weekend remoting in to work to do something for a mission-critical job. And I did have the radio on, and I was tuning around in between working. So yeah, it was pretty much interesting listening to all of the field or winter field day traffic standby. I do have to make a comment about something I saw on the Winter Field Day Facebook page. There was, I believe, a YL who posted a picture of her military surplus truck, which I thought was pretty impressive and made me think of you, Jim, because she was pretty set for the zombie apocalypse. So that's about it for now on this go-around. K9JBD, back to net.
Yeah, K9JBD, KT9G. Well, first, you mentioned that Wayne posted something on the 9-1 Facebook group. I didn't see it. I don't have a Facebook account. I never look at Facebook, but I will look it up. So I will definitely check that out because I'm curious to see what's on here. And then... speaking of zombie apocalypse, that's always a really good... Yes. Excuse me. That's always a really good topic. Maybe we can talk about bug-out bags or bug-out trucks or something on the next go-around. But let me go ahead and see. Is there anybody else out there, A Alpha through Z Zulu, who'd like to join the Wednesday Night Elmer Net? Go ahead. Come now, please.
Ask and you shall receive. 89 TTM.
All right, KD9 TGM, I will get you as heard here. Hold on. Okay, I got you on the list. Anyone else? A Alpha through Z Zulu, go ahead. All right, hearing none. We'll go ahead and bring it up to the top of the list. Sorry, that was my kid. He came running in here and he started doing the dad thing at me while I was trying to talk, and didn't give me a chance to really think of any seating topics. So I'm going to throw out a actually, you know what? This is good. This is a good question. This is what I want to do. What I want to do is, on your turn, I want you to tell me what you would love to have as a topic for the ElmerNet night. I'm going to write them down. We can chat about each one a little bit tonight if you want, but I'm going to write them down. I'm going to do some research, and then over the next few weeks, we will go through those topics. So, as we go through the list, I just want you to tell me, you can, anything else you want too, but I want you to tell me if you could pick a topic that you would love to talk about and ask other people about or learn more about, or if you want me to talk about, just throw it out there. I'll write it down. If I don't know anything about it now, I'll research it, and we'll talk about it on another net. So that's what I want to do for the second half of the hour. So K9HOG, Jerry, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Well, first thing I want to finish commenting from the last round about where you're talking about the, and I can't even remember what it's called on the old cell phones. But I know on Apple phones, they actually have an app that comes with your Apple phone, or at least with your Apple Watch, and it's called Walkie Talkie. So I guess if you set it up and you have other people set up, you can just press a button and talk directly to whoever you want in your Walkie Talkie group. I have not set it up, have not tried it, so that's about as much as I know about it. Going on to things, I know what's in the future for me is I took all my ham radio gear out of my one pickup truck because in theory I'm supposed to be getting a new pickup truck shortly, and I got to work on setting the new truck going from a Dodge to a GMC, so I got to start all over and try to figure out where to put all this stuff in the truck, because you look at these new vehicles and there's just no place to put anything. So that's what I'll be doing. So I think that'd be a good thing, and how you set things up. Bug out is always good. When I was at the Winter Field Day, a guy had this really nice box that he had his radios in and stuff, and it's called a iPortable Pro 2. So I'm like, oh, that's cool. I got to get one of them. Well, of course, I went to look it up, and all I found is out of stock. So I tried looking up the website for that manufacturer, and they don't exist anymore. But it was really, really nice. Go back to net control, K9HOG.
Yeah, K9HOG, KT9G, net control. Yeah, mobile rig setups. So speaking of which, I did KT9TGM. I just saw your pictures. I didn't remember or know. I think I knew. I think I did remember you saying this, but I didn't remember that you were running a G90 in your truck. So that's really cool. But mobile rig setups, that's a really good topic. We can definitely talk about that. I've got full HF, UHF, VHF, HF capabilities in my truck, and it was a lot of fun to set up. So that's a good topic that we can definitely talk about. Okay, and then, now down to Wayne. Welcome back to us. Are you semi-mobile? Go ahead, KT9TGM. Wayne, go ahead. The floor is yours.
Yeah, not semi-mobile yet. Hi. Yeah, I got to work about maybe 10 minutes ago. Went around where the mess there was going through downtown. I have no idea. It was a wreck somewhere. I don't know where it was. It jumped off, went around it. But anyway, yeah, thanks for the compliments. Again, like I said before, with this being a company truck, I got to kind of be a little bit, picky on how I try to set everything up in here. But yeah, I mean, even with the G90, if you look in the one pictures, if you guys have noticed, on the one,
is where the single antenna was. It's where my CB antenna is. And then the other side, I have my dual band, the longer one. It's one of the I think it's an MFJ model. I can't remember which one it is right now off the top of my head. But I got that, and then I just got a regular, what I call my monitor antenna when I'm driving, and that's directly to the G90. Then when I'm sitting somewhere, I got my ham sticks, in the back of my bunk, just kind of sitting up there that when I'm sitting down there in Nashville, if I want to play on 20 meters, I throw it on there. If I want to play on 40 a little bit, I throw that on there, that's about it. Like I said before, eventually I might want to get, some kind of, a scorpion antenna or something along those lines. But yeah, I mean, for what I do, limited is what I got. But yeah, I mean, yeah, other than that, mobile setup, I mean, it's what I had to do for a long time. I mean, yeah, I got my 710 at home. I've even thought about, I think I said this before, to bring it with me once or twice just to kind of see. Would I use it mobile? No. But if I'm just sitting down there, I'm completely bored, and I want that little bit extra power, it'll be with me. All right, back to net, KD9 TGM.
All right, KD9 TGM, net control, or KT9G, net control. So that's two for mobile setups. I mean, and you've got some experience with it, and that's fun. You dropped Scorpion antenna. You dropped the Scorpion antenna name. That's a price tag, and those are nice. Those are really nice antennas. When I was first looking into building my mobile HF on my truck, a friend of mine was just like, "Yeah, check out Scorpion." So I looked at it. I think I looked at the one he linked me was like their top line one, so it was like $1,200 or something crazy like that. I ended up going with Tar Heel. I went with the little Tar Heel because I'm not mobile that often, and I just wanted something. And it works. It works really well for me. I have a 56-inch whip on it, and I think, like I mentioned, I reached a POTA station in Pennsylvania, easy peasy. He was getting pile up, and I got him too. And the only reason I got him was because I said mobile, and he was just like, "I heard a mobile in there. Who was the mobile?" And I was just like, "Yeah, that was me." So I probably wouldn't have broken the pile up if he didn't catch me say mobile, but he did pull me out. So I am very happy with my setup, but those Scorpion antennas are really, really, really nice. So if you do get a dedicated truck or cab or whatnot that you can do your own stuff with, and you get a Scorpion, that'd be pretty cool. I'd love to see that setup. So that's definitely a great topic. All right, W9GTZ, Jim, go ahead. Floor is yours.
W9GTZ. Just a comment back to the NetLogger. Another really neat feature of NetLogger, if you use QRZ at all, or even if you don't, if you right-click on anybody's call or anybody's line, you'll get a drop-down pop-up, and you can click on QRZ page lookup, and it'll take you right straight to their QRZ web page. You don't have to enter anything. It will take you there automatically. So that's another really neat feature, I think, of NetLogger. I really like NetLogger. I don't use it as a net. I'm going to try to learn to use it. I think all you got to do is just press setup and do it. And I've been doing a couple of the fill-ins, and I'm going to try to learn how to do it for that, because I really think NetLogger is one of the greatest things for these nets. The big advantage is you can look at them, you see their name, you see their call sign, and where they're from, and you get to know people faster, and it works better for me. Upcoming stuff to do. Gosh, I'd like to see something upcoming on digital more, not so much on the F8 net type, more the C4 FM, Echo Star, or the ones where you're actually communicating with somebody just like we are here now, only through the net instead of through the radio. Those are the ones that interest me right now. And I would love to see us maybe talk to Karen and maybe every other month or something do a technical thing at the bank. A couple of things I can think of real fast are the digital radio. Another one is the nano VNAs, operating them and how to work them and stuff. I have no trouble doing a reset. I have no trouble doing the SWR. That's relatively easy, but there's a lot of other things you can do with them, and you can read a long ways, but I learn much better if somebody shows me. So it would be nice to do some technical seminars, if it's every 3 months or periodic on a regular basis. I think it would be good for MRC, it would be good for us, and it would be interesting. And there's any number of topics you could do it on. You could do one on CW. You could do one on the different modes of CW, whether it be straight key or paddle or the old bug, the Vibraplex, or the one that Mike was talking about, the M something or other. Yeah. So there's a lot of topics that would really be interesting to do. Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu, back to net control.
Yeah. Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, net control. Okay, so that's interesting. I'm glad that you brought that up. I never even thought about that. Doing in-person classes or speeches or talks or something at the bank during like maybe the meetings or before or after. That's a good idea. It's a little bit of a haul for me, especially with a 3-year-old and whatnot. But, you know, if I planned ahead and I had something that I was going to talk on, maybe giving a class on how to use the Nano VNA beyond just SWR, that may be kind of fun. Or doing one on the digital voice modes or whatnot, that'd also be kind of fun. Speaking of the digital voice modes, if you are interested to play with me and Mike on that, like I mentioned, there's that app for the phone. We could play with that too. So we can take that. We can chat about that after the net, or over email, and I can send you the info for that. So I wrote those things down, and I will. Maybe I'll talk to Karen about that and see if that's maybe something that they want to do. That might be kind of fun. Would definitely get more people to come out to those meetings if they do them in person more and whatnot, and then have like a talk or something, and go over some topics or something. So that's interesting. Oh, and then a side note, I looked up the Scorpion antennas again. Yeah, their mobile rig. It's out of stock right now, but yes, it's $1,245. I do remember them not being cheap, but they are very nice. They're very, very nice. Okay. Where were we? No, I got too many windows open on my computer here. All right, K9MBM, Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours.
Okay, K9MBM in the net. Yeah, I mean, digital modes is something we can talk about more, on the net here, Jim, definitely. Well, the hotspots go along with digital modes. If you want to get on the internet, be able to talk to more people, connect to groups of people. You could use a hotspot, or through, if there's a repeater here locally that you could get into, that'll get you into the internet and be able to connect with other talk groups or reflectors or rooms, depending on whatever mode you're using. Can definitely talk more about modes, pros and cons of the modes. Jim, I'll throw it back to you. That's fine. I mean, we can do here. KT9G, K9MB.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah. So, well, let me. I've got a follow-up question, but let's go around the horn here, and then I'll throw it out there. So, KA9JBD, Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours.
KA9JBD returning. Yeah, I guess if I had to suggest a topic for a future net, we've talked about emergency preparedness, Part 97 rules in the past regarding us hams providing communication, things like that. I believe sometime in the past I did a fun net about that topic, but I would, besides the ham radio equipment, I would like to hear more input on emergency preparedness in, not to, be flippant here, but the zombie apocalypse thing. Preparations other than ham radio, if you were needed to survive in a situation, I guess I would say. So I would be curious to get input on other hams who have not only thought of the radio side of it, but the personal safety and security side of it. That's it, Jim. Back to net, K9JBD.
Yeah, K9JBD. Sorry, I forgot to highlight your line there. If it was delayed, that was me. I didn't click over quick enough. Well, I could talk all day about certain things, and I don't know. This kind of falls out of the Elmer net realm. Really. But, like, my big one is medical. So I don't want to. I don't want to. We're almost to the top of the hour, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But we could definitely spend an entire net talking about having med kits or IFACs set up, where to go to buy all of the stuff, what you should have, how to practice with it, cat tourniquets, and oh my gosh, no, my brain's farting. Quick clot and bandage gauze and nasopharyngeal airways and chest decompressive seals, everything that you would want for trauma kits, and then first aid kits, which is more of your bumps, bruises, burns, scars, or scabs, and little stuff, right? But if that's not, if you don't have something like that in all of your trucks or whatever, like that's a whole other thing we could definitely talk about. But I don't know. That kind of falls out of the Elmer net topic realm. But maybe we can do that on a fun net night or an announcement net night or something like that. Or we could do it on the Elmer net night if we want to just kind of talk about emergency preparedness, like when you go out to field day and you're prepared for setting up your whole your whole system so that you have emergency comms. Are you prepared to take in casualties or wounded people, or do you have the equipment you need, or we could talk about food and stuff too, or foodstuffs and all sorts of weird stuff. There's all sorts of things we could but I try and make sure that I don't tangent way too far off. You know what I mean? So, but I would love to talk about that. I know a lot about that. I've got a lot of stuff. I was very big into that when I was in the Army. I was very close to my medic, and I did some medic training, so I enjoyed that field of it a lot. So I have quite a bit of background on that, so I enjoy it. So, all right, hold on. I'm getting beeped at. Let me break for a second. Okay, we're 3 minutes till the top of the hour. I got a list of things here that we would could possibly talk about. So what I'm going to go ahead and do, I think what we're going to do is just do our 73 round, and we'll pick it up on the next week. So before I do my 73 round, is there anybody else out there, A Alpha through Z Zulu, who would like to join in for the last round of the Wednesday Night ElmerNet? Go ahead, come now, please. All right, hearing none, I'm going to go ahead and bring it up to the top of the list. And that brings us to Jerry, K9HOG. Go ahead. 73 round and anything else.
Well, I tried looking up the Droid Star on my Apple phone, and I did not find it there. So maybe it's in the works or something like that. Anyhow, great that I got a chance to get out here for a change on Wednesday night. And next time I'm around, I will stop out again. Anyhow, 7-3s to everybody. Have a great week. K9HOG.
Yeah, 73 is K9HOG, KT9G net control. I got your marks checked out. And yeah, I assume it's not. I assume it's only for Android if it's called Droidstar, so it's probably not available for Apple. They might have something similar. I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I only learned about it today, so I don't know. All right, KT9 TGM. Wayne, go ahead. Floor is yours. 73 round.
Yeah, KT9 TGM. Yeah, it's a comment. Droidstar. Yeah, I've had that for a while. I didn't really mess with it all that much. I've had it on my phone. I actually looked at it today when you brought it up when I got to work, and okay, let me look see. Yeah, it's still on my phone. Yeah, it's still work. Yeah, maybe. So I went to punch it. I'm like, oh, my DMR ID ain't in here anymore. Yeah, so I have to look that up again. But other than that, again, thanks guys for looking at the pictures on Facebook. Eventually, when I'm not being lazy and I'm sitting in front of the computer, I'm like, hey, maybe I'll do something with my QRZ page, and throw pictures up there and put, descriptions and all that stuff. But, all right, KT9 TTM, 73s to all, and have a good night.
Yeah, sounds good. KT9 TGM, KT9G net control. Well, yeah, have a great night and drive safe tonight. And yeah, I still have to. I have 2 photos that I need to load onto my QRZ page. I keep forgetting to do it. Actually, yeah, I really need to get them on there because they're really cool photos. So, but yeah, be interesting to chat about mobile rig setups more in the future. So, I'll do a little bit of research on it and we'll prep for that. So, all right, W9. Oh, hold on. Let me make sure I click here. Got you checked out. All right, W9GTZ. Jim, go ahead. Floor is yours. 73 round.
W9GTZ. Yeah. Great net tonight. As always, it's taken a dozen twists and turns and never ends up where it starts out, but it was interesting to say the least. One other comment that's not necessarily Elmer related either, but it is. I think something we really need to look at is there just are not many youth in this hobby, at least not that I can see. They're there, but they're far and few between. And somehow we should be using MRC or some other means to get these kids interested, whether we have to go to the high schools and talk to them or what it takes. But it'd be nice to get something at the high schools and even the grade school levels. I just really believe if we don't get kids interested in this hobby today, that Javi won't be here tomorrow. At that, I'm going to say 73s. Great net, Jim. Whiskey 9, Golf Tango Zulu, clear.
Yeah. W9GTZ, KT9G, net control. Youth outreach has been kind of on the minds of, well, I've been thinking about it. I do. So like the MRAC has their own club, and they've got their own repeater, and there's some younger guys on that. And I do know that there's some younger guys who are listening to us right now. I know there are. But getting them in, I don't know. There's that kind of play with the bleeding edge technology stuff, things like Meshtastic, or all of those digital modes, and the things that kind of bleed over into more advanced technology and things that are interesting, or the extreme preparedness style stuff, which is honestly the reason why I got in. This is kind of the whole reason that I started. And then it just kind of went from there, and it turned into, oh my gosh, I love building antennas. I don't know why. I know if we start talking about antennas on an ElmerNet, we're going to talk about antennas the entire time. Every single person who does ham radio enjoys talking about antennas. It's a thing. I don't know. I just find it funny, but yes, it's a good point. We can definitely look into outreaching a bit more and seeing what we can do. So. Thanks for the feedback with that. Sorry, KA9MBM. Mike, go ahead. Floor is yours. 73 round.
Okay. KA9MB, I'm returning here. Yeah, Jim, it's just, well, they got that kids net. Those people are, kids are licensed, so, yeah, there's a lot of things that could possibly be done, but I don't know. Maybe if you went and you put on something at a high school or middle school, you'd have to almost do something that would really inspire them, probably. Like listening to picking up the International Space Station or something like that. Because I know NASA does programs where the hams would go to a school, and they would arrange it with NASA at a certain date and time, and then they would set it up. And you could, and they have it where the kids are talking to, the astronauts up there. So, and that seems to be something that really excites kids, if something like that. Maybe another thing, possibly, arranging some type of contact, on maybe in Europe or something. I don't know. I'm not sure what really excites kids these days. It's one of those things that you would have to hit the right topic or right, thing that would, all of a sudden a light bulb would be on and it would get them excited. So that's the thing. It's just you need to, because if you do something with a contact over Europe, they're going to say, well, I can do that with my cell phone or something, one of those things. But you can't talk to the astronauts with a cell phone. So you'd have to be able to do something that they can't already do, with especially their cell phones. That seems to be the thing that kids are into nowadays, is everything with the social media, texting, and all that. All right, Jim, 73s. We'll talk to you tomorrow morning then at our scheduled time. KT9G, K9MB, 73s, everybody.
Yeah, KA9MBM, KT9G, net control. Moon bounce. That would be cool. If we could find people with the right equipment and set up a contact on the other side of the world who do that and do a moon bounce contact with kids, I'm sure they would think that's cool. Now, then again, that's an intangible event. I don't know how else to describe it. It doesn't register in your brain if you've don't exactly know what's going on, exactly what's happening. When you're talking to someone on the International Space Station, that's a really good example. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm talking to someone in the International Space Station. Like, that's tangible-ish, if you know what I mean, like the guys on the International Space Station. If you're talking to someone on the other side of the world, I don't know if they care that it's just because it's being done via moon bounce. Like, I don't know. That's a good, yeah, got to make it exciting and fun and whatnot, but, you know, I don't know. Yeah. Good call out on the kids net. No, they do have that. Max KA9 or not KA9MBM. You're KA9MBM. AA9RK's son, and I can never remember his call sign. Max, he does that net, and others do that net and whatnot. So that's another good example of the younger crowd being on here. So okay, thank you for that. All right. Brings us down to the last on the list here. KA9 JBD Michael, go ahead. Floor is yours. 73 round.
KT9G and the net KA9 JBD. A bunch of great comments I heard, including Michael's and Jim's about youth involvement. That's an interesting topic, and I will have to look into that further with my local Muskego Norway school district. So appreciate the suggestion. 73s to all. KA9 JBD for ID, back to net.
All right, KA9JBD, KT9G, net control, 73s. All right. Well, I really appreciate everybody coming in, and we did go over the hour a little bit, which is good, especially for having a little bit of a topic shift there. But I do have some notes. I will definitely do a little bit of research here, and then I might reach out a little bit and ask some more questions and see like what you guys want to chat about and what people want to hear about. And for anybody out there who's listen only and you're just kind of lingering in the background, please go ahead. Whenever we're on, throw your call sign out here and just let us know, like, hey, you know, I'm always interested in, you know, XYZ, and, you know, you guys haven't talked about it yet. And it's like, we won't talk about something unless someone asks about it, or I just happen to throw it out there. So if you're listening and you want to know about something, let us know. Okay, so with that, before I go ahead and close tonight's net, let me know, is there anybody else out there, A Alpha through Z Zulu, with any late check-ins or last-minute business? Go ahead, come out, please. Alrighty, hearing none. Oh, we did. I'm gonna embarrass him here. Did he leave already? Oh, we hadn't logged on. But yeah, Matt KD9WSD. Matt, he was a listen only station. I think he's the one. I think you're the one that couldn't quite make it into us, but you can hear us. So he is on the list. He was a listen station. He said 73s. So I did want to give him a chance to relay that all for you. So. All right. Okay, so hearing none else, I'm going to go ahead and secure this net at 8:11 p.m. And thank you all for participating. And a reminder that this net, along with all other nets here on the 9-1 repeater, welcome new operators to experience net control operations by trying out a net or two. If you wish to try acting as a net control operator, please contact our club president, Karen, KC9WQJ, to participate. All net scripts are on the club website for you to review. At this point, I'll return the repeater to normal amateur use. Again, my name is Jim, Kilo Tango 9 Golf, and have a great night, everybody, in 73s.
Kilo Tango Golf, Whiskey 9 Golf Tango Zulu.